some cat-cows, chin to chest, eyes to thighs. Dropping that chin to the chest, round the spine, like that scared cat on Halloween. We'll use the mini band, we'll use the weights. I promise we'll fly through it, not a lot of cardio. If you want now, when you dip the spine, you can gaze over to one ankle, round the spine, dip the belly, gaze to the opposite ankle, just to kind of wake up the hips a little bit here. Get a little mobility through the spine. Just about 20 more seconds here. So as that belly dips, we gaze to the toes. As it rounds, we come back through center for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. We're going to come into our plank in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So you can hold that plank on your knees. You can walk your feet back and hold that plank up high. So we'll go 30 seconds in stillness. We'll add some movement. We'll come down to a low forearm plank. So we got about 3 minutes in this plank series. We'll flow through it though, palms down. If you're up on those toes, kneecaps pull up and in, roll the shoulders back. Find your breath, longest, strongest line right here for 10. We're gonna add that movement. You can step the toes out or you can plank jack in 3, 2, you can step the toes out and in, or you can plank jack out and in, right? Keeping those hips in line with the shoulder. You got it, nice. Stepping out to the side and center. Side and center. Beautiful, stay with that here. Getting the heart rate up just a little bit. All right, as we step out, we activate the glutes. Core is activated, 8. 7, we're gonna climb it down to our forearms in 5. 4, 3, you can stay on the toes or on the knees in 2 and 1. Climb it down to your forearms and then press back up to straight arms. Down to the forearms, up to straight arms, down to our forearms, and up to straight arms. We're just gonna keep alternating, climbing down, down, up, up. Thinking about our palm, going right where the elbow was for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's come to that high plank. Second set of movement, march those knees into the chest. So plank run right here. It can be slow or it can be quick, either one, but it's the last 20 seconds of movement here. Thinking about that magnetic pull, right knee to elbow. In and out, in and out. Take it here for 10. We're gonna come down onto our forearms and into a little side plank work in 5, 4, 3, 2, down to the forearms. Bring the right fingers to the left elbow and then just spin into that side plank. And you can keep the bottom knee down or it can be lifted. And then we're gonna drop the bottom hip all the way to the mat, press back up. So the bottom hip drops and press, yep. All the way down and up. For 8, squeeze and lift. 7, down to the mat and lift. 6 more just like that. 5, really press the forearm into the mat. Last 3 right here. Take it down and up for 2. 1 more, hold the hip up high, little pulse. Little pulse, so just that top hip lifts up, 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 up. You lift for 8, 7, we're gonna thread that needle in 6, we go for 5, 4, top hand threads under the rib cage in 3, 2, 1, thread that top hand under that rib cage, yes. So breathing in and out. Right, this is the one I like to always say, it's kind of like you're checking your watch, right? You're like, where are we in class? All right, 4 more like that, right here, 4. 3 more. You got it, nice rotation, 2 more. 1 more, final one right here, thread it through. Reach that top arm up overhead, float the top leg, hold that side plank. 8, you got it, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, come right through center, and we'll take it on the opposite side, same thing, opposite side, and then we lower the hips and lift. So the hips go down to the mat and back up. So we use those low abdominals, those obliques, to lower and lift, down and up, down and up, 8, 7, yes, squeeze on the top. You got it, 5 more right here, Kate. 4, 3, 2, on the next one, hold it up high, little pulse, that top hip lifts up, 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 lift for 8, 7, 6, lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach that arm through that rib cage and back up, thread it through. Right, framing that chest. Breathing in and out. In through that nose, out through the mouth. Woo! Last 4 right here. Take it 1. Reach it up. Go 2. Your final 2, Kate, right here. 1 more. On the top, reach that top arm, float that top leg, hold for 8. 7, you got it for 6, lift the bottom hip, 5, 4, 3, 2, and roll right onto your back. We'll go into a little bit of core work. So right on your back, you can bend the knees and lift the head, neck, and shoulders, or the legs can come to reverse tabletop, whichever feels better. We're gonna go into that 100. So roll the shoulder blades up if that feels okay, and then vigorously start pulsing those arms up. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feet can always stay down, or the legs can lift and the head, neck, and shoulders can stay down. Right, and we're just focusing on that breath, warming up those arms. Right, pulsing right here. Breathing in and out, inhale and exhale. So the inhale is really 5 counts, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, inhale. 10, 9, we're gonna go to that single leg stretch. You can always drop your head to the ground. Left leg's gonna go long. We're gonna hug the right knee in 3, 2, 1. Hug that knee in. So you can drop the head, or you can keep it lifted. Inhale, exhale, and switch those legs, Kate. And switch, and switch. Now if you want, flex the foot so the toes come back towards the nose and you drive through the heels. Inhale, exhale, inhaling and exhaling here. Breathing in and out. Nice work. 20 more seconds or so right here. We're gonna go into that double leg stretch. So we're gonna hug both knees in at the same time. Now if you feel the tension in your neck, or you feel like your abs start to kind of cone and point to the sky, you just lower the head and lift the legs. 3, 2, hug both knees in, Kate. This time let's point the toes. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to crunch. Inhale, exhale. So we inhale long and strong, we exhale small and tight. Activating that core. Breathing in and out. Nice big inhales and exhales. We got about 10 more seconds here. We're going to take it into some leg circles. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Using that breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's plant the left leg down. So the left leg can be bent or it can go straight along the mat. Right, hands come to your hips. And then let's take that right leg. Let's cross our midline and then circle. So the hips are trying not to move. Yeah, using our abdominals to circle that leg for 8, 7, inhale, exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse that circle. 8, 7. So remember, it's stabilization in that core. If you were stirring a pot, the leg is just the spoon, right? The core is the pot, so the pot doesn't move. The leg moves. 2, and 1. Hug that knee in. Take a little rock, maybe rock side to side, or circle that knee a few times, and then plant that opposite leg. It can go long for a little more challenge, or bent for more support. Take those toes right over the midline, and then circle, and circle, and circle. So we activate the core right here for 8, 7, beautiful job. 6, relaxing that head, neck, and shoulders. 5, crossing the midline. 4, inhale and exhale. 2, One more here, and then the opposite way. I like to start with a smaller circle, and then as I gain that core strength, as I go through the repetitions, I make it a little bit bigger. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug that knee in, Kate. Take a few little rocks side to side, opening up those hips. And then we're going to stay right on the ground. So we're going to go into your cardio. I'll explain it as we go, but 2 options here. We're going to stay with the abdominals. So option 1 is you can lift your head, neck, and shoulders, tap your right hand to your left knee, lower back down, lift your head, left hand to your right knee, or you can go for the full sprinter, sit up and reach for the inside of your shoe. So either one, a little more supportive is more of the crunch and the shoulders just lift. A little more of the challenge is the whole body lifts. All right, and we'll do it together to start. In 3, make a big kind of X with your body on the mat. 2 and 1. So you can reach opposite hand to opposite knee or opposite hand to the inside of your shoe. And then we exhale on that effort. So as we sit up, as we reach for the knee or for that shin. Beautiful. So we're staying in that core cavity. Nice. Exhale right there as you come up. Yes. So if you kind of think about the exhale as if you're starting a car in the winter, right? We want to think about blowing that air out before we go. All right? So right before you initiate that lift, you exhale. 10 more counts right here. We're going to come up. We're going to get into our lower body, get a little more cardio going in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can roll to the side, making your way to standing. 2 options here, Kate. So we can squat, calf raise, or you can air squat down and up. Either one is fine. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. So you can take it to an air squat, all right, leaving the ground, or squat and come up on your toes and go for speed. You got it. Nice. Beautiful. And I always like to just think if you're taking off on your toes, leave the ground on your toes and land on your toes. If you're taking off on your heels, totally fine. Leave the ground on your heels though and take off just so you're kind of hitting that same impact on your foot. Nice. So this is a chance to kind of spike that metabolic rate, get that heart rate up. You got it. 10 more counts here. Then we're going to come down to the ground and we're going to take it to a lateral bear crawl. Stay with it for 8, 7. You've got it for 6. Go 5. Take it for 4. Go 3, 2, and 1. So you're going to go actually the length of your mat. You're going to lift your knees and then walk side to side. So as if we were crawling up and down our mat at the studio, but this time we're crawling side to side, all right? 3, 2, and 1. So very similar to crawling forward and backwards, but we're going laterally. Nice. Lower those hips so they're in line with the shoulders. So almost think about your knees kind of hovering over the ground. You're going to start to feel your quads start to shake right here. Shoulders are going to build. You got it. Nice work. So the lower the knees are, the more it's going to burn out the quads because that's what's holding your body up. Yes. Core, shoulder, quads, full body right here. You got about 12 more seconds here. Keep those knees low. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Standing it up, we're going to go with those star squats. So we're going to get really small. Option 1, to step it out. Option 2, to jump it out. So we get small and then big in 3, 2, go for it. Down and up. Down and up. Yes. Or take that impact out, squat, and extend. And you can go quick here, right? You don't have to jump to get the heart rate up. Nice. Yes. You got it. Beautiful. Coming down to that squat each time. So thinking about your booty dropping down to your knees, Kate. Yes. Yes, you got it. Beautiful work. We do this one more time through, then cardio behind you. 20 seconds, that's it. You got 20 more counts right here. Down and up. Down and up. Yes, get low each time, right? Make that squat count each time. Take it here. 10 counts for 10, 9. Yes, go 8, 7, 6. Take it 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, shake it out. I know not a lot of time for a break. Make that big X with our body. When you're ready, we're gonna reach up, opposite hand to opposite knee for that crunch. Take a big inhale, reset, exhale, and lift. Right, so we exhale on that sprinter sit up, or we go full range, yes. And I'm kind of exaggerating the exhale, right? Exhale is just exhale for the amount of effort you're doing. So if you were squatting and lifting like 50 pounds over your head, obviously that exhale is gonna be greater than this crunch towards our knees. But when we exhale, the abdominals scoop up and in, and then we use our core strength to help lift us up, and then we don't get any of that coning in our core. 10, 9, we got our air squats or our rapid squats with a calf raise in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we'll squat down. We'll find our lowest squat, thinking about our booty, our hips dropping down to knee level, right? That's just a goal. 3, 2, you can squat and calf raise or air squat, right? Either option, totally fine. Both options are gonna get that metabolic rate up. So you kind of think about that car analogy again, right? If we drive a car really fast, or like when you were 16 and maybe you weren't supposed to drive your parents' car and you drove it around the block, you would get out of the car and like feel the hood. It'd be hot for a long time afterwards. That's what we're doing right here. We're revving that metabolic rate. We're getting that car nice and hot while it's moving so that it stays hot and it works even after we're done. 18 seconds. You got it. We burn out those shoulders. We burn out those quads one more time with that lateral bear. In 10, 9, nice, 8, 7, 6, you've got to go 5, take it 4, take it 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Last 2 minutes of cardio. So we're going to think, it's easy to bring the knees up really high, right? And come into that downward dog. Lift the knees just 2 inches or so, right? Like half the size of a spoon. And now try to keep them at that height. Woo! And of course you lift them higher for more support, right? You take that when you need it. Yes, Kate, this looks so good. So you should feel it right in the quads, right in the shoulders. Beautiful, beautiful job. Stay with it. 25 seconds in, you got less than 25 to go. Nice. So this is one of those ones that the slow and the steady really work the body, right? Whew! You got less than 18 seconds. It is over before you know it. Stay with it here. Breathe it in and out. The reason we're activating the quads is we're going to get into our quads and our lower body, so stay with this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Standing it up. Last 1 minute to spike that heart rate. We're going to go low in that squat, so we're really getting as low as we possibly can before we explode out and up. In 3, 2, go for it. And again, we're activating the glutes, right? We're activating our core, because as we reach out, we use our obliques to step. Yes. Nice. Staying low each time. You got it, girl. This looks great. We're going to get into that mini band after this. Woo! Down and up. Right? So think about that explosive up. Just like if you were going to jump, you're going to explode up. Explode up. Yes. Sink low and then get that power from the legs. Last 15 seconds. Grab some water. We'll shake it on after this, but you got 10. You got 9. Take it 8. 7 and 6. You're there in 5. Kate, go 4. Go 3. Go 2 and 1. Whew. Shake it out. Grab some water. Shaking it all out. We will use the mini band. So all we're going to do, slide it up over those knees. We're going to have 4 moves on one side, and then we'll flip it around. We'll have 4 moves on the opposite side, but we'll just have that mini band on. And if it bugs your wrist or your shoulder to hold yourself up high, you can always put your hands on the weights, or you can come down to your elbows. I just like to stay up high because I feel like it gives me a little more space, but honestly, whatever feels better for you. And all we're gonna do here is extend the left leg, little pulse, and then bring it in. All right, so shift the weight to the left hand, and then imagine I kind of press your hips back so your core is engaged. Let's extend, pulse, and in. Out, lift, and in. Out, little lift, and in. Right, so we're just adding that little pulse. So it's 1, 2, and 3. The band's just there to kind of challenge us. I know, we're like, what? And we want to keep that weight in the left hand. So if you want, you can always take your right hand to the small of your back, all right? Or you can tent the fingertips, whatever's going to help you just kind of stay. Whew. You got it, nice. Out, little pulse, and in. So it doesn't have to be fast, all right? It can be slow and controlled. We got about 10 more counts right here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's take that right knee, tap it to your left calf, and then extend. So we tap and extend. So it taps over the right calf, and then it extends at the diagonal. Tap and extend. Big tap, big reach. Big tap, big reach. So 4 moves, 4 minutes on this glute. We hit the opposite side because we can't have any uneven booties, right? Whew. So we're getting the outside of the seat. We tap and extend. Tap and reach. Nice. Now think about that weight shifting back, right? Weight's in the left hand, the working side. Hips are back, abdominals scoop up and in, Kate. We got this. We're gonna roll onto our right side and hit some clamshells in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You can lay down on your right side or find that elbow, pressing it into the ground. So we're gonna create those right angles, toes to ankles, ankles to knees, knees to hips, hand on that top hip, and then just open and close that clamshell. All right, so open and close, open. Give it that little hold on the top so you really know you're working that outer seat, right? Whew. You got it. Opening and closing. Press that forearm into the ground so you engage your obliques to lift. You got it, nice. Giving it that little hold. Hold it open right here, 20 little pulses for 10, 9. So little pulses at the top, fight that band, press it open, keep the hips stacked, right? Think about a snowman, right? One booty cheek on top of the other, last 8, 7, 6. We're gonna roll on our back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll right onto your back. Feet hips width apart, Kate. Let's bridge the hips up, pulse out on the band, in and down. So if you want, your toes can turn a little bit out from here, or they don't need to, right? So we dig through the heels, almost like your heels are scooping up some dirt. So they're not just pressing into the ground, right? They're kind of sinking under the ground and then scooping up. And we lift, press out, in and down. Up, out, in and down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. So don't worry crazy about the height of the hips, right? Let's think more about the knees shining over the toes. So we're working the outer seat right now. We're gonna stay in our bridge, but we're gonna work the inner thighs for a minute next before we reverse and we go through the clamshells on the opposite side. 3, 2, lower that seat. Walk your feet together. You have one big toe, one ankle, one knee. Lift those hips up, tuck the tailbone. Now just squeeze the knees. Squeeze in, squeeze in, squeeze in. So the band's on, but it's not really doing anything, right? We're squeezing in on those knees. In an inch, in an inch, in an inch, in an inch, in an inch. Let's go. 5, 4, 3. Hold that squeeze. Let's pulse it up, pulse up, pulse up, right? So the heels are still scooping into the earth. The knees are still pressing together, so we activate the inner thighs, and then we squeeze in and pulse up. So now if you can squeeze in and up, in and up, in and up, right? So one squeeze in as we lift up, one squeeze in as you lift up. You got it. About 10 more counts here. 10, 9, 8, in and up for 7, 6, in and up for 5, 4. We hold in 3, 2, hold right here, tuck that tailbone. So imagine you gently poke your belly button, right? Knees shine over toes, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those inner thighs for 8, 7, 6. We roll onto our left side in 5. We clamshell in 4, 3, 2, and lower down. Spin those legs around. Whew. Find those right ankles. So toes, ankles, ankles, knees, knees, hips. Forearm can press down or you can lay down. and open and close. All right, just opening and closing here. So we've targeted the outside of our hips, the inner thighs. I always feel like it's that last 20 seconds that all of a sudden you're like, what? Top hand can stay on that hip, so you really feel those hips pressing forward. It's almost like you have the wall or the couch behind you. Right? Stay with it here. We squeeze and release. Let's hold right here, little pulse. Little pulse, right? Really fight that band. Try to pop that band, right? Break it. Break it. Let's go 10, 9. Take it for 8. We come into our tabletop in 6. Fight that band for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come into our tabletop. Now the weight's in the right hand. Take that right knee. Stomp it over the left calf and then extend. So tap and reach. Tap and reach. So maybe tent the left fingertips. Right? Hips fire straight back. Weights in that right hand now. As we reach, we tap and reach, but the hips don't move, right? They stay at the same height. They got their high beams on them. They're firing straight down. We tap and extend. Tap and extend. Tap and reach for 5, 4, 3, 2. Little pulse up, bring the knee in, extend it out, lift and in, out, little pulse and in, reach, pulse and in. This is where the band starts to annoy me, and I'm like, ugh, I don't like it anymore. Try to stay with it, right? Fight that little lift, out, fight the lift and in, out, fight the lift and in. Right, don't worry too much about the height. Let's think about reaching that leg further behind us. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll it over onto your back. Take that band off, and then place one foot in that band. Either foot is fine, and we'll open high and wide to stretch that hip out. Right, so we open high and wide, big inhale, big exhale, one more big inhale, and an exhale. When you're ready, take the band across the body. Toes come back to the midline, big inhale, big exhale. And then hug that knee and switch those legs, open it up to the side, right, let the hips melt into the earth. And then when you're ready, opposite side, we bring it across. You can take that band to the opposite hand. Toes come back towards the midline. Big inhale here. Big exhale, hug those knees in. And then roll up to seated. And we're only going to have 3 minutes on our arms, so it's going to go by really quick. We're going to start with those bicep curls to that narrow shoulder press. So palms will face in to each other, and then on the bicep up to the sky. All right? You can go right into it. Yep, curl, press, down, and extend. So when we extend, we're going to think about the triceps, the backs of our arms. Beautiful. So we've already done a lot of shoulder work. That will be our finisher today. Stay right with this. Nice, okay? Breathing in and out. Now bring the arms only halfway down, curl in and out. Curl in or out. Take it for 10. I know the weights are heavy today. Go 9, in or out. Take it for 8, in or out. 7, in or out. 6 more right here. Last 5, in or out. 4, we're gonna hinge it forward. Hit the triceps in 3, 2, and 1. Send those shoulders in front of the hips. Kick it back. Little lift, little squeeze. And in. So we go back, up, in, and down. Back, up, in, and down. So from the back, it looks like up. Little lift, big squeeze, extend, back, up, squeeze in, and down. Go back, lift up, squeeze in, and down. So why do we add that lift up, even though you just lifted them up? Because you can see you can lift a little higher, right? All of a sudden you're like, oh, yep, I got another 1/8 of an inch. All right, that's how we get it there. Hold it up right here, just lift up, Kate, lift up. If you want, flip your palms up to the sky. Open up the heart, little pulse for 10, pulse 9, pulse 8, pulse 7, and 6. We lift for 5, we bend, stretch in 4, go 3, go 2, 10 bend stretches, bend and press, 8, 7, 6, 5, woo, 4, 3, 2, lift that right arm up, lift the left arm up, squeeze the right arm in, squeeze the left arm in, hold 8, 7, 6, hold for 5, 4, you're there for 3, 2, and 1, drop that seat down to the heels. We got it, 1 chest press, 1 overhead press. Take it in and up. Take it in, try to tap the elbows. Now on that up, you're almost thinking like, could I kiss my bicep, right? The elbows stay nice and close. For 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Hold those arms in at that 11, little pulse, it's up. It's up. Last 10, go 9, take it for 8, 7, 6, take it for 5, 4, 3, 2, hold here for 5, lift the right arm, 4, lift the left arm, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Place those weights down and take a nice stretch. So stretching right across, drop that top shoulder, Kate, you can roll out that wrist. And then take it to the opposite side. Roll out that wrist either direction. Take a nice tricep stretch, so fingertips reach down the spine. Take that stretch through the side. And then opposite side, fingertips reach down. Stretching it over. And then coming through center just like how we started. Taking some cat-cows. Shaking out that spine from our core work. When you're ready, tucking the toes, piking the hips up, walking that downward dog, out. Maybe bending the knees and pedaling the feet for 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly walking the feet to the hands to the feet, hang like a rag doll, shake that head yes and no, big bend in the knees, roll up vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae.